5 things you didn't know about Pete Davidson. Working on Saturday Night Live is a dream for most comedians. It makes sense then that Pete Davidson's meteoric rise to fame has been such a source of admiration and jealousy for comedy fans all over the world. After working for Lorne Michaels' long-running TV staple, Davidson has been in the public eye in many ways. From his ill-fated romance with pop singer Ariana Grande to some of his biggest controversies with politics and members of the church, Pete has made a name for himself on and off screen. It stands to reason that Davidson's no-holds-barred approach to comedy would raise a few eyebrows. Luckily, he has been able to capitalize on his notoriety to build an incredibly successful career beyond Saturday Night Live. His greatest feat so far came recently with his starring role in The King of Staten Island, written by himself and directed by heavyweight comedy director Judd Apatow. The autobiographical film has been commercially and critically acclaimed, but it is only the first step in the promising acting career of the young American performer, also in the headlines for his performances in the upcoming superhero film The Suicide Squad and the Bodies, Bodies, Bodies thriller, presently in post-production. And there is still more to come. Fans will be able to see Davidson apply his ruffian approach to comedy in an actual punk biopic. Pete will portray punk rock legend Joey Ramone in an imminent Netflix project titled I Slept with Joey Ramone and based on a memoir written by the musician's brother, Mickey Lee. As we wait to see Davidson trade his sneakers for leather boots and hit it on the big screen, let's take a minute to see just what has led him to become heir apparent to the comedy throne. Keep watching to find out 5 things you probably didn't know about Pete Davidson. If you enjoyed this video, remember to click on the like and subscribe buttons. Also, make sure you hit the bell icon as well, and you'll get a notification every time we upload a new video on our channel. There is no better way to learn the latest Hollywood and music celeb news and fun facts. Number 5. He became a comedian on a dare. Davidson wanted to become a comedian from an early age, but he had a lot of help along the way. In fact, we can thank his friends for encouraging his comedy career from the start. When he was 16 years old, Pete attended a stand-up show at a bowling alley. His Staten Island buddies dared him to go on stage and perform his routine for the first time. He accepted the challenge, and the rest is comedy history. Of course, it took some time before Davidson's walk of life really took off. After leaving school, Pete enrolled in St. Francis College. He stayed there for a full semester, but his passion for comedy was too big to ignore. Eventually, he decided to turn his dream into a full-time job, so he dropped out to become a professional comedian. The rest is history. Number 4. Borderline personality disorders and Crohn's disease. Davidson's ascent to comedy fame might have been fast, but that doesn't mean he had an easy life. He has confessed that he has no good memories from his school days. When he was just a student, Pete had absolutely no friends, and he had to withstand constant bullying from his classmates. The situation was so bad that he had to move to a different academy twice, but that didn't really help change things for the better. The first time he was really happy was when he left his native Staten Island to go to college. Bullying is only one of the problems Davidson has had to deal with. When he was in his teens, he was diagnosed with Crohn's disease, a condition that affects the digestive system. He is now able to manage it with medication, but it is a chronic disease. Aside from that, Pete also has borderline personality disorder, a mental health issue that makes it difficult for him to control his emotions and impulses. After breaking up with singer Ariana Grande, putting an end to their short-lived romance, he posted some worrying messages on Instagram, and he had to stop using social media to improve his mental health. Thankfully, Davidson found several ways to cope with suffering since then. It may surprise you to know that he feels indebted to rapper Kid Cudi for helping him overcome his mental health issues. Kid Cudi himself has been open about his problems and checked himself into rehab to get over his depression. One of Pete's personal coping methods was smoking weed, but he has gone on a mission to get clean. Number 3. He lost his firefighter father on 9/11. As a kid, Pete also had to deal with the devastating loss of his father. Davidson's dad was a firefighter who died heroically during the 9/11 attacks when Pete was only 8. His mental health was severely affected by his personal loss, and he has admitted that he has still not gotten over it. If there is a silver lining to all of Pete's suffering, it is that he's been able to use it as a source of inspiration for his comedian career. This can be seen most clearly in The King of Staten Island, where he plays a fictionalized version of himself dealing with the loss of a firefighter dad. Despite the heavy subject matter, the film is still hilarious, in line with Pete's preferences for dark humor. His pain has also fueled many of his stand-up routines, based on laughing at tragedy as a form of catharsis. Number 2. The first SNL cast member born in the 90s. Davidson debuted on the small screen as a panelist on MTV's Philosophy. It wasn't a big opportunity for him, but the gigs kept on coming, and he went on to appear on other MTV shows like Wild 'N Out and Guy Code. Shortly after that, he got a guest spot on everyone's favorite police cop comedy, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. The role helped him get noticed by SNL, and he became a part of the cast when he was only 23. Davidson is the 4th youngest person ever to be cast on SNL, but that's not the only impressive thing about his work on the show. He was also the first cast member ever to be born in the 1990s. During his run on Lorne Michaels' show, he paid his dues by doing an impression of previous Saturday Night Live legend Adam Sandler. He has also done impressions of other celebrities like Marco Rubio and rapper Eminem. Without a doubt, becoming a cast member was a watershed moment for Pete. Since then, he was given a spot in Forbes 30 Under 30, and his net worth climbed to a staggering $4 million. Not a big surprise given that he earned a total of $15,000 for every SNL episode, but still a hammer. Number 1. He has dated several high-profile celebrities. Davidson's professional career could make anyone green with envy, but his dating life is nothing to scoff at either. He has dated women who are only similar in the fact that they belong to the entertainment business. After going out with comedian Carly Aquito, he wooed writer and actress Cazzie David. If that name doesn't ring a bell, how about Cazzie's dad, lovable curmudgeon Larry David? Having him as a father-in-law is either a dream or a total nightmare. Admittedly, Davidson literally becoming David's son might have sounded great at the time, but if Cazzie envisioned Pete as a family member, she soon had to curb his enthusiasm. Sorry about that. The point is, Davidson started dating megastar Ariana Grande. The romance made headlines all over the world, and Pete was the inspiration behind some of Grande's hits like Sweetener or Thank You Next. He clearly left a lasting impression on her, but you could say that she left 4 times more on him. Pete, who has now started removing his more than 100 tattoos, kept 4 dedicated to Ariana, her initials, their favorite song, and a bunny ear logo. The relationship ended on friendly terms, and Pete's next affair was with acting veteran Kate Beckinsale. Alas, it was not to last for long, and he is now in what looks like a happy relationship with Bridgerton star Phoebe Dynevor. They could recently be seen enjoying each other's company at Wimbledon, and the tennis seemed to interest them way less than fooling around with each other. The two seem like a match made in heaven. The King of Staten Island himself, Pete Davidson. If there's anything we missed, let us know. Leave your thoughts in the comments section below. And remember, there is no better way to show your support than liking this video and subscribing to our channel. If you want to stay current on the latest movie, TV, and music celebrity fun facts and news, don't forget to hit the bell icon either. You'll get a notification every time we update the channel with some fresh information. Thanks for watching, and see you soon!